Trump holds on an hour-long press conference yesterday, at least, while Vice President Harris took questions from reporters for 60 seconds after dodging the press for 18 days.
Aishah Hasnie was at that press conference. She had the opportunity to ask the former president some questions, and she's live at Palm Beach right now. Hey, Aishah.
I should have asked him if he plays the clarinet. I think the race would be over if we could just figure out if one of them plays the clarinet. It's over. Yeah, so look, Trump in this press conference, guys, was trying to prove that he is the most transparent candidate, that he is the most accessible candidate, trying to paint the split screen with him and Kamala Harris, and really trying to put this pressure campaign on her to face the cameras because he believes that that is her number one weakness. I think a campaign official yesterday told me that Biden's weakness was walking, hers is talking. So that is the strategy here, trying to get her to face the cameras. He also yesterday addressed reporting that he's been frustrated with his campaign as new polling shows that Harris has taken a small lead. But the Trump team is calling that a honeymoon period that will go away as soon as she opens her mouth.
She's not doing any news conference. You know why she's not doing it? Because she can't do a news conference. She doesn't know how to do a news conference. She's not smart enough to do a news conference.
So the pressure campaign, it seems to be working. Harris has now agreed to the first presidential debate moderated by ABC on September 10th. And she finally spoke to reporters, us, on the tarmac in Michigan shortly after Trump's press conference.
Glad that he's finally agreed to a debate. I'm looking forward to it and hope he shows up.
Are you open to more debate?
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th.
When you're going to sit down for your first interview since being the nominee, do you have any update on that?
I've talked to my team. I want us to get an interview scheduled before the end of the month.
Okay, so we'll wait to see if that actually happens because Politico is reporting that according to two people familiar with the campaign's thinking, this is the Harris campaign's thinking, there are ongoing discussions right now about doing a joint interview with Harris and Walz, her running mate, prior to the convention, which of course begins in about a week in Chicago. But other staffers have also told that news organization that they may actually want to stall until after Labor Day weekend because they don't really feel that it's very necessary to do a national interview when she can just get on the ground and engage with voters directly in these swing states. Guys?
Is there any frustration amongst the press corps? I mean, they were aggressive against Joe Biden after the debate, and you saw a lot of reporting there talking about his stability, what's going on behind the scenes. But it looks like they pulled back a little bit. So I'm just curious, what are you hearing?
There's always frustration, Lawrence, when we can't get answers or can't even ask a question. But I think that's why you noticed that pool reporter on the tarmac there, that was, I think, the second or third question right after getting to the debate. The immediate question after wasn't about policy, wasn't about the economy, wasn't about Trump. It was, when are you going to talk to us? When are you going to have this first interview? And that tells you everything.
Yeah, Aishah, thanks. And by the way, that's an insult to the American people because the media is asking the questions ostensibly that the people out there, the voters out there want asked.
Correct.
So when you blow off the press, you might say, oh, I blew off Fox or CNN or MSNBC. What you're doing is you're telling the American people, you don't need to know. Right. We'll handle it. You don't need to know. And we have President Biden right now on the beach in Rehoboth while we have tenuous people. The Middle East is a tinderbox.
It is.
And we have a lot of explanations on what the Fed's going to be doing and what's happening with the economy.
Well, they
feel like they don't have to talk to the American people.
They've made a calculation. They've decided the risk of her messing up in this final hour. Remember, nobody gets a chance to become president with no primary and only 90 days. You know, they're like trying to run out the clock. So the risk to them is too high. But the risk to the voters of putting somebody as the CEO of this country without having asked them any policy question. Remember, on this thing, she's saying, why won't you? What do you think of Trump? I'll tell you your policies.
I'll tell you exactly what she's saying. The same thing over and over again. Listen to this.
It really is good to be back in Wisconsin. It is so good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. I had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say, so hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type. And are we ready to fight for it? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win.
This is unbelievable.
Same thing.
It's an AI
What
campaign.
a robot. Yeah. What a robot.
There is no ad-libbing. She is just keeping to the script.
You're telling me that I may have disagreed with President Barack Obama, but the dude could speak. He could go out there and rally a crowd together. And they're comparing her to former President Barack Obama. Come on, no one is buying this. Another thing that they're doing is, okay, she's not talking to the public. She's doing these canned speeches over and over. That means her first big moment is going to be giving an acceptance speech at the DNC. If she doesn't crush it, it's over for her. It's over.
She'll crush it. She can do a speech.
Big moment.
Oh, she'll do a speech.
She doesn't really punch it. I mean, she can't deliver that speech at the DNC.
No,
it has to be something
No, she's
different.
going to deliver it, but she's going to have a teleprompter. Remember, Lawrence, this is the TTV campaign. Teleprompter, TikTok, and The View. That is all they're going to do, and she's going to deliver a teleprompter speech. It will be good. It'll be written by other people. She'll be fine. The question is, can she speak extemporaneously?
Right. Can she sit down with, you haven't been to the border? Can she do the follow-up question and just the 12 things that she used to believe that she doesn't believe? Why don't you believe it?
Sure, because when she sat down with Lester Holt last year, that was a disaster. And I'm sure the people in the campaign are thinking, you know, the risk, it's all about risk and reward.
Yes.
The reward is great if she goes out and does a good job. The risk is she becomes Katie Couric interviews Sarah Palin, and that was a disaster. That just pretty much, Sarah Palin was doing pretty well until that interview, and then it was just right in the gutter.
And the debate, well, we know one debate, the president will have a shot to unmask or find out where the depth is.
Well, we know what happened during her last debate. And it didn't go so well.
A couple of them did, though. Yeah. Early on, she did okay with 7 people on the stage.
Well, when she
then
took
Tulsi
him out,
Gabbard.
when it came to, exactly, and then Tulsi took her out.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.